Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is O24HW1 Systems of Inequalities. Remember, if you have any trouble, please come to Extra Help. I'll be happy to help you out, and we can work one-on-one together to accomplish all these problems here, and we can get them all done. We're going to do the first couple problems here together, and then you're going to be responsible to do the rest of the problems on your own. Now, with this section, since we're dealing with graphs, I highly recommend that you guys get some graphing paper and first graph out the inequalities first, and then check which multiple choice works best with your answer. Now, we have a system here. That means we're going to have to put two graphs or two equations or two lines on one graph. Now, we practiced before graphing without using graph calculator, and we also practiced graphing equations and inequalities with a calculator. Now I'm going to do it without. So, my first little point that I'm going to put on the graph is going to be the y-intercept. And the y-intercept is where the function crosses the y-axis. So in this first equation, we have y is less than negative 4x minus 1. So that sign and number at the end in slope-intercept form tells us where our intercept's going to be. So now, from that point though, is our slope. We're going to go, it's negative 4 over 1, so we're going to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over to the right 1. Now, if you weren't too sure on how to graph this line, you could put it in the graphing calculator and you could get that line also by typing it in. But for this lesson, we're just going to go graph our lines old school and by just simply knowing how to do it. And that's something we've shown you in the past too. So there's our one line. Now this says y is less than negative 4x minus 1. Now less than, by a little cheat sheet, you guys know it's going to be below the line. We could also test the point to see what side it is. So we got two different ways you could do it. But less than is below the line. So you could ask yourself, what is the numbers below? And I look at my y-intercept, the numbers below my y-intercept are below. So I'm going to shade on this side of the line. I'm going to shade this first equation using the red line and the yellow shader. That's everything below. Or everything less than the negative 4x minus 1. Now we're going to do the same exact procedure, except now we're going to do on the second line. So copy. Our y-intercept is negative 7. So we plot a point at negative 7. Then we have a rise of 2, a run of 1. Rise of 2, run of 1. We make our second line. I'll make it nice and blue. So this blue line is y is greater than or equal to 2x minus 7. Now y is greater than that. So in blue highlight, I'm going to highlight all the answers that are greater than 2x minus 7. So in blue, you're going to see everything that's greater. Then the 2x minus 7. And now, everything above that line. So I'm going to shade even down here, because that's also above the line. That blue line. What we see in green, because blue and yellow mixed makes green, all the green area is the solution to the system, meaning that it's a correct answer for the top equation and it's a correct answer to the bottom equation. So in green is the solution to the system, aka your answer, The blue is just the solutions to the bottom equation, and the yellow on our chart is the answers to the top equation. The answers to both is the green section. So the correct answer to all solutions to this system of inequalities is what you see here in green. All right, let's do problem number 2. So problem number 2, we have y is less than or equal to a negative 11x minus 3. So minus 3 is our y-intercept, so we go to negative 3 on our y-axis. Our slope is negative 11 over to the right 1, so if I go down 11, I'm off the grid. So I'm going to then go up 11 and to the left 3. I'll make that line for you. That's our equation. That black line, which I'll make it red so it's easy to see on camera. So you have a red line there. That is the y equals negative 11x minus 3 line. Now it says y is less than or equal to. So we're going to shade everything that's less than. So everything that's less than. What's in yellow, what you see in yellow is all the solutions that are less than negative 11x minus 3. Now we also have this second equation here that we got to do. So our y-intercept is positive 7, so we go up to positive 7. We plot a point. Now we have a negative x, or a minus 1 slope, so our slope is going to be going down like this. Or up like that. Make our line. Up 1 over 1, up, down 1 to the right 1. We make our slope. I'll highlight it in blue for my blue line. Now they also say y is greater than or equal to. Now greater than or equal to is above the line. Now in this graph it's tough to see the solutions because the lines, they cross up in here to the left. So in fact, if we extended these lines and if our graph was a little bit bigger, let's say we do this, we could find out exactly where our intersection is and where all our solutions are. So it's also above the line, we know that. And we know in yellow also goes up here too. You can see our green section is the solution to our system, which is way up here by the problem. That's our green section. That's the solution to our system. Way up there. So there's not much green on this worksheet. Number 2. Let's do one more together. Number 3. We'll graph our equations, or we'll graph our lines. Our top equation is negative 2/3 x plus 3, so positive 3 is our y-intercept. And then our slope is down 2 to the right 3. Down 2 to the right 3. Down 2 to the right 3. I'll make my line. Make it nice and red. We continue our pattern. Down 2 to the left 3, or up 2 to the left 3. And we have our line across. Now this says y is greater than the negative 2/3. So we gotta shade everything that's greater than. So we'll do that in yellow. Everything that's greater than. So we're just doing the first equation in our system.
Will Mrs. Geyer and Mr. Servino please call extension Number
All right,
12.
next we have to
Thank
plot
you.
the other equation, -2. So we plot the point -2. Our slope is 1/6, so we go up 1 to the right 6, or down 1 to the left 6 to make our nice second line here. So there's our second line. Make sure you draw it all the way through the graph so we can identify all 4 sections here. So this says y is less than 1/6. So we graph the line. Now we do our shading. Less than is less than, so the numbers are below the line. Less than is below. So we shade everything below that line. Where it overlaps, that green section, those are the solutions to the system. It means it satisfies both the top equation and the bottom equation. It's all in here. All that entire green section. And that's the solution to the system, or the solutions, plural. Alright. So that's numbers 1, 2, and 3. The rest of the numbers are just like all the other ones. Once you map it out, you can identify A, B, C, or D, which one's the correct answers. So number 3, let's move that to the front. That answer is going to be D. D is the correct answer for number 3. Alright, if you have any questions or concerns, please see me during extra help. I'll be happy to help you out. Have a good night.